this is the story. No, this is video 1 of the performance improvement plan that has been set out for me and only me by Man Alone Networks. He said a lot of things that really hit home during our performance review, and yeah, I think it's time to sink or swim here. I have in the past started Nethalas twice, I think, and I could never get, so in the back there's this introductory dungeon, Stepping into Darkness, and the first character I created, I rolled completely randomly for everything, including the the first issue zine has some flaws and merits, and I can't remember what flaw I had rolled, but it was real rough, and I think I was being pretty precious with my character, or about my character, and I quickly decided, before I even finished the introductory dungeon, to start over. This time making a more targeted character, where I actually chose everything, and kind of targeted making a character who was proficient at I think it was unarmed combat. But a similar thing happened. I never even finished the first dungeon. I don't know. I played one session through it and kind of lost interest, I guess. Got distracted on other things and never came back to it. I hadn't intended on letting that one languish, but, well, life happens. But that's why there's a plan in place, a performance improvement plan, as it were. Well, so before we get started, Man Alone has suggested in the past to make yourselves comfortable and kind of get your area set up. So I'm gonna do that, hopefully without burning my house down. And as you might be able to tell, this candle on the right, well, it might need a performance improvement plan on it of its own, because it's kind of struggling. But we'll give it a shot. So I think what the plan here is, I'm going to go back to random, fully random, because I think making the video here, and hopefully it'll be a series, assuming he survives long enough to make a series worth it. I think making the video will kind of help me get over being precious about the character, and even if I roll up stats or skills or flaws, etc., that are just completely broken and unusable, I think making the video will help me let go of caring about that and just kind of, keep going till it actually blows up. I think that first character that I had done that was random hadn't actually blown up, but it felt like it was on its way. I think there were some madness related things that were starting to spiral already. But if that happens here, it's gonna make a video out of it. It'll be interesting there. I think that'll help me get over that concern. So the first thing is to come up with a name and gender. I'm gonna make it a male, but I'm terrible with names. So in Knave by Ben Milton, there is a great name generator in here that I'm gonna use. I think I used it for both of my other characters that I was playing in here, but anyway. So D100, first name 22. Conrad. Not a bad start. First half of the surname, D100 again. 48. Half. Last part of the surname. 16. Conrad Halfcastle. Interesting. Thank you, Knave. You've served your purpose. All right. Getting into the rest of character creation. What crime was I accused of? D20. Conrad Halfcastle, you have been accused of trespassing, entering or remaining on someone else's property without permission, often resulting in disputes or damage. You naughty man, you. Let's see. Can't remember if there was a specific spot for that on the character sheet, so we're just going to put it in notes for now until we find out otherwise. So that was 17. Accused of trespassing. Character's starting health is calculated by rolling d6 plus 8. D6. 3 plus 8 is 12. Where's health? Health is here. So I think we start full health there. Toughness. 2d6 plus 10. $2d6. 17 for toughness. Ether. Starting ether is d6 plus 8. 3 and 8 is 12. Sanity. Initial sanity is d6 plus 8 again. 5 and 8 is 13. Yeah. Magic resistance. Works as a skill tested using. So new characters start with 20 points in magic resistance. Okay. Exhaustion and resistance. 0 exhaustion resistance. Yes, new characters start with 0 exhaustion. Oh, sorry, that's exhaustion resistance. So I'm gonna assume that the current is also 0 at the start. Skills. All right, so this I did randomly last time, and I think I'm gonna do the same again. Not last time, first time. Last time I said I was, like I said, I was choosing those things specifically, and I think that contributed to me being precious about the character again. So, we're gonna do plus 60 to 1 weapon skill. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 weapon skills. Double check that. 2, 3, 4 weapon skills. So we're going to D4 to figure out which one we're going to do plus 60 to. 2. That'll be bludgeoning weapons. So 60 plus 40 to 1 weapon skill. That'll be, we'll do the D4 again. 4 plus 40 to unarmed and fist. Plus 30 to 3 skills. Alright. I can't remember after fighting. I think once I assign something, I can't double up. Yes, you cannot assign 2 different skill allotments to the same skill. So, Plus 30 to 3 skills. So how many do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 13 skills left. So we got to do a d20 for the first one. And anything over 13 we'll just re-roll. 4. 2, 3, 4. So this is plus 30 to dodge. I think that's a good one to have a decent score in, if I remember correctly. All right, now we can do a d12. So we've got 12 left. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to shafted weapons. Sorry, 30 to shafted weapons. d12 down to 11. 2. 30 to athletics. So that's 30 to 3 skills. All right, 20 to 3 skills. We're down to 10, so we can do a d10 now. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a plus 20 to resolve. Second. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 20 to perception. And down to 8 now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, d8 for our last 20. 1, acrobatics. And then plus 10 to 4 skills. We're to 7 now, plus 10 to 4. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to scavenge, or 10 to scavenge. D6 now. 2, 1, 2, plus 10 to endurance. 3, 1, 2, 3, plus 10 to reason. How many was that? That was 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3, and we got 4 skills left. 2, medicine, plus 10. I just realized, I think these parentheses are the starting skills that get added to all of these, but let me double check that before I start doing some math. Remember, inside the brackets are the starting scores. After applying the starting scores, add the... Okay, yes. So these all get added. So, plus 10. So acrobatics goes up to 30. Athletics goes up to 40. Dodge goes up to 40. Perception, 40. Resolve, 30. Unarmed and fists up to 60. All right. Do the ones that didn't have any modifiers, did they start at 1 or 0? Okay. Value can go from 0 to 80. All right, so the bladed weapons, we've got a 0. Stealth, 0. Thievery, 0. Oh, man. I think that means we're going to have trouble using lockpicks, if I remember correctly. The dice are spoken. Let's see. Forgot about level 1. I think XP were on 0. Alright. Next is masteries. If I remember correctly, there's a table for a random mastery. Yes, page 204. Random mastery. There's 20 of them, so we get 2 mastery points. Must spend each on a different mastery. Alright, first mastery. 16. Umber Phantom. 16. Umber Phantom. I'll look them up in a second. Second mastery. 13. Ritualist. Alright, let's look those guys up. Umber Phantom first. Umber Phantom. You are one with the shadows, and darkness is your domain. The necropolis might be daunting and full of terrors for others, but you feel at home, the perennial darkness wrapped as a mantle around your shoulders. So we've got plus 10 magic resistance. Plus 10, so that goes up to 30. Plus 5 sanity. Where's sanity? It's not a... Oh, it's up here. I got it. Plus 5. So we're at 18 for sanity. Tier 1. So I guess that's the passive that I just did. Believe so. So plus 10 magic resistance and plus 5 sanity. Alright. Tier 1 Dark Side. 1 standard action, costs 5 ether. Sustained. You can see in the most absolute darkness, as if it were broad daylight, you no longer need a light source. Okay. Well, that's kind of cool. Costs 5 sustained ether. I don't think either of my characters had ether abilities by the time I had stopped, so I'm going to have to look that up. But I think that means that if I use the ability, I just decrease the ether, the max ether available. But yeah, let's write that down. Dark Side. 5 ether sustained. No longer need a light source. I think that's really good, actually, because that means I can use both hands for things a lot easier. I think otherwise you have to have like a belt lamp or something, and that's something that can get broken in combat, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so there's some flavor here. Where did you train? I don't think this actually changes anything, but let's do it anyway, because flavor. 5, the Order of Nightfall. Let's write that down. 5, the Order of Nightfall. Embracing the mystique of the night, the Order of Nightfall trains individuals in the arts of shadow manipulation and assassination. Aspiring shadow masters receive comprehensive instruction in stealth, illusion, and the art of disappearing into the shadows. They learn to tap into the dark energies, melding with the night and employing shadowy techniques to strike swiftly and decisively. Badass. Nice. All right, our next mastery is the Ritualist. You've studied the ancient words and symbols of power, granting you control over the turning of the spheres and their dominion over the material world. When you start a ritual, you are immune to all damage for 1 round. That's our passive. So start ritual, immune to all damage for 1 round. Interesting. I'm gonna have to figure out how rituals work. Alright, tier 1 action. 1 standard action, costs 5 ether. Astral Punishment. Costs Oh, cost is 5 ether plus 1 ritual ingredient. You bring the sphere's punishment upon your target, dealing d4 arcane damage per 1 ritual ingredient spent. Okay, so I can... I guess I can pay more ritual ingredients. Do I also have to pay more ether when I do that? It just says per 1 ritual ingredients, so I'm gonna assume not. And I would deal d4 arcane damage per. So I would roll d4 times the number of ritual ingredients spent plus the 5 ether. Okay. Cool. Hopefully I'll figure that out when I need it next. All right. We've got our masteries. The equipment you get from either playing through the intro level, or I think I'm going to skip that because I really wanted to. I think that that was another reason I kind of got turned off of finishing, was I wasn't as interested in playing through the pre-generated map. I really wanted to try the random mapping aspects of the game, but hadn't gotten there yet because I never finished the first level. So at the end of it describes further runs where you can skip the intro level, and then and it gives you some starting equipment to start a character with the random generation stuff right off the bat. So I think we're going to do that. So we start with a weapon of my choosing. Now here's the question. I had done everything randomly. It would be real bad if my starting weapon was a bladed weapon if I did that randomly. So do I actually choose my weapon? Tell you what, we're gonna roll for a random weapon, and if it's a bladed weapon, we're gonna re-roll because we've got 60 and 30 in the rest of the weapons. I just don't want to get hampered by having a starting weapon that I can't use, at least not effectively. So I think there's a random weapons. Yes, random weapon table on 204. All right, it's a D100. First time rolling D100. Yeah. So yeah, anything but a bladed weapon. 76. That's a saber. That sounds pretty bladed to me. Where's saber is a bladed weapon. Yep, that's what I thought. All right, we're re-rolling. 96. 96 is a war pick. War pick is a bludgeoning weapon. Awesome. It's one of the ones we've got 60 in. All right, weapon war pick. Skill is bludgeoning. Notes is powerful. I don't remember what that means. I'll have to look that up. It's a piercing damage. Can't remember when that matters, but where do we put that? Speed is 0. So speed 0. Piercing. I think in one of the zines there was some alternate damage types also. Yeah. In the first issue, 15 is the alternate damage types. War pick is bludgeoning or piercing. Okay. I think... Nope. I think that means you can pick which one is the most advantageous at the time. Yeah. Player can choose the type of damage the weapon deals. Good, okay. So it can be piercing or bludgeoning. All right. And then how did powerful work? I think there was some extra stuff involved. Is that not in the rules? Is that in the weapons? Okay, it is, yes. Powerful. This weapon is especially deadly, increasing damage by 1. Okay. +1 damage. Interesting. Yeah. All right. All right, that was our starting weapon. Random armor from the random armor table. Random armor, page 205. All right, it's a D20. 15. Greaves. Greaves? Is that arm stuff? My armor. Armor effects are lacking. All right. We're looking up Greaves. Greave. Armor for the shin. Good thing I didn't go with what I thought it was, because I thought it was for your arms. All right. So we've got greaves, legs. I see. Okay. So I think we need to roll on if it's a light or heavy or medium. So that's a D100. 52. So medium. All right, so we've got medium greaves. Does that go in boots? I feel like it doesn't. So medium greaves give us maneuverability -5. I'm sure this is riveting gameplay. I'm gonna see if I can speed up things while I'm just kind of grasping around and trying to figure things out. So we had medium greaves, protection is 2. On the legs, protection 2, integrity, D8. Does that mean I roll a D8 and assign that integrity to max? Okay, so when a piece of armor notes that your maneuverability is reduced, you must reduce your acrobatics, dodge, and stealth by the specified amount. So this was -5. Acrobatics. just star them for now. Dodge and stealth. Stealth. So there's going to be at -5 while we're wearing our greaves. I think that means this is still a 0. I don't think that actually goes negative. Integrity max. Still need to find what integrity means. Okay. So when you're wearing piecemeal armor, the totality of the different individual pieces count as a single armor slot when equipped. So I think that means just write piecemeal here. And then I'll just list the greaves. It's medium greaves. Still need to figure out what the integrity means. Instead of stars here, let me actually write -5 next to them. So I remember what the stars meant. Okay. Finally found the information on integrity. It's in the combat section. There's one thing that that's one complaint I have about the book is there are a few things that are a little tough to find if you don't know exactly where you're looking. Like I remember in the camping section, see if I can find that real quick. Where's the camp check stuff? Yeah. So in the resting and setting camp section, it lists most of what you can do, but not everything. Because I remember playing playing through a few camp checks sessions with a few camp checks, and it doesn't list anywhere in here that. Like it lists everything that you can do while you're doing a camp check, except skill improvements. Skill improvements are only listed page 60 on the character progression rules. So you have to remember while you're going through your camp check stuff that your character progression has crucial information about things that you need to do that you can only do during camp. So yeah, so that's why I actually committed sacrilege and wrote the note in my book so I wouldn't forget. And now I forgot what page the integrity stuff was on. See, yeah, I just looked over at my candle. That little guy, he needs a little performance improvement itself. So all armor has integrity value after a fight where the armor is worn. Yeah. Okay, so the integrity die, it's one of those countdown dies. So if you hit 1 or 2 when you roll it, then you go down to the next die size. Okay, so we don't roll the D8. We just mark that the D8 is our integrity dies, and then our current is going to be D8 as well, I think. Yeah, it doesn't say to mark the integrity down. So all right, we get 1 torch, Oh, my candle went out. Let's see if we can revive him. Man, neither of them's doing well, huh? There we go. Oh no! Oh, that was a bad idea. Alright. Where were we? One torch. That's what made me think to look over at my candle. I think we just mark that as a gear slot. So torches times 1. And if I use my spell, I don't even have to use it. I think that's probably what I'll start with, just so, because I don't think there's anything else I use ether for. Well, I guess for my astral punishment I do use ether. I would be able to do one of those if I kept my spell going. Maybe I'll just burn the torch until I run out and then start using the spell. Just to be safe. Alright, so we've got our torch, D10 cooking supplies. 10, alright. Cooking. Supplies times 10, and if I remember correctly, for stacking resources like this, I think the max was 10. So if I get any more, then I would have to take a second slot for the overflow. All right, D10 plus 5 crafting supplies. Another 10. All right. So crafting supplies times 10, and then times 5 for the overflow. So let's do 15 here, 10 there. And then D20 monies. 16, not bad. Coins, 16. All right. I think. No, that's not it. That's it in the standard book for the character creation, but there are a couple optional things in the first zine, Valorian Codex issue. So we're not playing as a commoner. Flaws and merits. That's what we want. Page 10. Alright. So I think you can do... Yeah, you can choose up to 2 merits, but for each merit you take, you must also take a flaw. So I'm going to randomize these, and heck, why not? Let's do 2 of them. So rolling these is just 2 d10s for our merits. 2 and 6. We've got eagle-eyed. Let's see, where do merits go? Oh, they're probably not on the character sheet because they're in the zine. So let's list them on perks. So what was 2 was eagle-eyed. So merits 2 eagle-eyed. I'll look up what that means in a second. And then 6 natural healer. Alright, what are those? Eagle-eyed, you have improved chances of spotting hidden objects or enemies, plus 10 perception. Alright. That's pretty nice. Perception. We were at 40, we're going up to 50. Excellent. Natural healer. Your injuries seem to heal faster, recovering D6 toughness after combat instead of D4. All right. So, plus D6. What is it? Toughness. After combat. All right. Now, here's where we pay for it. Flaws. 2 merits, you get 2 flaws. 9 and 10. 9. Well, let's go. Let's put those under madness, I guess. Flaws. We got 9 and 10. 9 is sickly. You have disadvantage on all endurance checks involving diseases and poisons. This flaw cannot be taken if in possession of the resilient constitution merit, which we don't have. All right, so disadvantage. Disadvantage on endurance for disease and poison. All right, and then 10 is uncomfortable in heavy armor. 4 total. What does that do? Whenever you wear a piece of heavy armor, excluding helmets, your dodge skill is reduced by 5. If you're wearing a full suit of heavy armor, your dodge skill is reduced by 20. Ooh! So stay away from heavy. I think my greaves were medium. Yeah, medium greaves. So luckily we won't take any flack for that. So this is -5. What is it? Dodge. -5 dodge per heavy armor. All right. Is that all for? I think that's all for creation. I think all the extra optional rules in the first issue, at least, beep boop, we're all for during play. So let's check issue 2. These so far are all gameplay. Resistance versus vulnerability. I feel like that's gameplay as well, but let's double check that. Make sure that's not a character creation thing. Okay, yeah, this just spells out that if something has resistance and vulnerability to the same thing, it just cancels out. So that doesn't do anything during creation. All right, yeah. Looks like that's it for Conrad Halfcastle for character creation. Yeah. So I think that's it for this session 0. So next session, hopefully, I'll actually get off my butt, continue on this performance improvement plan. I don't want to make Mr. Man Alone angry with me. So yeah, I'll see if I can get another session in and actually start mapping out a realm. Realm? Is that what they call it? Whatever. You know what I mean. And yeah, we'll see if we can start getting Conrad into some trouble or out of it. We'll see. Probably into it. It's a pretty brutal game from what I remember. All right, yeah, we'll see you next time.